It's Easter Sunday. What a glorious day. And as we come to the final chapter of Luke's Gospel, we read about two friends who were walking along a road towards a village named Emmaus. It was Easter Sunday morning. Earlier on this day, they had heard that Jesus' tomb was empty. Now, you would expect them to be ecstatic, right? Instead, they were devastated. You see, like many others at this time, they had pinned their hopes on Jesus. They had seen Jesus do miracles. They're amazed at his teachings. But then on Good Friday, Jesus was crucified. And they thought it was all over, lights out on everybody's faith. So when they heard that the tomb was now empty, they wrongly assumed that someone must have taken his body. I mean, what else can go wrong? Have you ever looked at something in front of you and been blind to the truth of the situation? All of us face moments when we're disappointed because things haven't worked out like we expected. Perhaps you're in one of those moments right now. And it's in those moments we want the story of Easter to be true, but because we've had this run of bad luck, we end up with the wrong conclusion. I wonder if it's like one of those magic eye pictures. You remember those pictures from years ago? You know the ones filled with dots that if you stared at long enough, you're meant to see like lion jumping out at you, or a tulip, or a rainbow. And perhaps you were surrounded by people who could see that lion, that tulip, that rainbow, but all you could see was a whole lot of random dots on a page. And didn't you wonder if others were making the whole thing up? Now, at this stage, these two friends on the road to Emmaus were staring at a page of random dots. They weren't able to connect and see the resurrection. So while they're walking along, trying to make sense of it all, the resurrected Jesus himself catches up with them. Of course, in their grief and confusion, they don't recognize Jesus. But as Jesus takes the time to unpack the stories of the Bible and how all these stories pointed to him, suddenly something clicked. And Luke tells us their eyes were opened and they recognized Jesus. From this point on, everything changed for them. And they're able to connect the dots, they're able to see the big picture, and they describe this aha moment as having their hearts burning within them, or their sadness replaced with joy. Friends, Luke is writing this to help us in our journey of faith. He knows that there are moments when faith falters because all we can see are random dots on a page. But he also knows that when we step into this journey with Jesus and embrace the reality of the resurrection, we're able to see the big picture full of hope. And it's in this aha moment that our sorrow can be replaced with joy. My prayer for you today is that the eyes of your heart may be open for you to see how the resurrection of Jesus brings hope to everything you're facing and feeling, and that your heart will burn with joy because Jesus has risen. This resurrection changes everything. This is the last devotion in this year's The Daily. And once again, it has been wonderful to hear a daily word from leaders across Tāmaki Makaurau and celebrate the unity of churches across our city. We'd love you to stay connected as we continue to work together for the spiritual and social flourishing of our city. Friends, Christ has indeed risen. May we share this good news with everyone around us.